post-match review looking back at Blackburn Rovers' latest match. That's right, a 2-0 victory at Ewood Park, and we'll get to that in just 1 second. If you know where you've been, smash your subscribe and bang deal. Things Rovers related, Championship related, World Cup related later this year. That's right. Rovers do it the unthinkable, of course, kicking ass and taking names with a big fat win over promotion chasing, playoff chasing, whatever you want to call them chasing. Bloody Watford, 2-0 win at Ewood Park, 3 points in the bag. Monster statement result. We'll take a look at all of it in a second. Of course, big shout out to my VRPs. They are the patrons. You know who you are. But let's get into it. Let's not waste any more time. Of course, a lot going on here at Ewood Park. 2-0 in the end. And my, oh my, it's a result like this does go to show how different a picture it has painted for Blackburn Rovers when you turn the clocks back 12 months. Two relatively new scorers on the score sheet. Of course, Ryan Hedges, I think this is his first goal in blue and white colours. And Dominic Hyam with a monster header to win it at Ewood Park. Fantastic result, fantastic performance across the bloody board. Now, a couple of people did say on Twitter, were Rovers that good or were Watford that bad? And I don't really know. I thought we were decent. But when you got the individuals of Watford, you got the Chowdhuries, of course, was playing for Leicester. Shah, of course, Ishmael Shah, who of course was wanted by Newcastle, Everton, bloody Crystal Palace. They all wanted him, but he stayed at Watford. They flattered to deceive Zhao, of course, trying to cause some problems, but it wasn't like we fluked it. I thought we were the better side today. And that is either a testament to the boys bouncing back from that shit show against Bristol City, or it was the vegan meister, Rob Edwards, not really getting his shit together here at a team that should be doing much better than this. They've kept a lot of the faces. They maybe lost a couple of them, but realistically, they've got to be up there with the Norwiches, with the Burnleys, and the Sheffield Uniteds at the end of the season. And I'm starting to panic for Mr. Edwards, who did make a plunge here. He went for the big one, swapping vegan land for the promised land with Watford. But I think he might have bitten off a little bit more than he could chew. Now, don't get me wrong. I think he can manage at this level at the Championship. But you've got a lot of egos, you've got a lot of personalities, and you've got a lot of stuff to deal with here. And a team that's going to command top 6 at the very, very least. They want top 2, I'm sure. They brought you in here probably because you were cheap or affordable than some of the other guys. You came in here with a bit of credentials, of course, winning quite outright, of course, for Forest Green, and a successful coaching career there. But I think this is going to be quite a rough ride over the next week. You need a result, and I'm not just trying to big us up here, but I'm going to big us up in a minute. You know, we're looking at Chris Wilder here, a bit of wobble, bit of a panic. We are coming up to an international break, and I think Watford need a response if they're going to get playing before that international break and now. And of course, today, I think if we played this game 10 times today, I think we would have won more than the way that we performed today. Yeah, I reckon we would have won more than half. So credit to Rovers, much better than I thought. I was hoping for a draw, but that second goal was the cherry on top. Gave us a bit of breath. It reaffirmed the confidence in a Rovers team that has had a bit of a kick in the bollocks or kid in the bread basket. And over the recent results. So good result, 2-0. And of course, as you see, we might have not had most possession than Watford, but we had the shots. 15 shots compared to their 6. They've got Zhao, who was on the verge of joining Newcastle, decided something went wrong there, and they went with Alexander Isak, of course, from Real Sociedad. And now, you know, it's not looking good. I got to admit it. And this result has given Rovers a gap between ourselves and Watford, who of course dropped out the top 6 into 7th spot. We'll show you the table in a minute. As you see, the stats though look comfortable for Rovers. A lot of corners knock around 9 to their 5, 11 free kicks to their 9, offsides 3 times compared to their 2. I thought we were good. Dolan was good. We'll have a look at, of course, the ratings in a second. Of course, this is the lineup. And maybe it was the back. Did we have a back 3? We played with the back 3 today, which was great. There was a couple of wobbly moments. Don't get me wrong. We were a bit flaky, but all in all, I think the flakiness was balanced out with our attacking endeavour. 3 at the back: Wharton, Ayala, and Hyam. Could that be the answer? Could that be the secret ingredient for Rovers? We've got Lewis Travis back in his normal spot alongside Tyler Morton, who again has the eye. Of course, keeping the likes of Buckley, keeping the likes of Adam Morton out of the team at the moment. Hayden Carl on the right hand side, Pickering on the left. I thought they were decent, solid, looked good, provide width, and provide some balls for Diaz, Dolan and Hedges to feed off, and they were hungry today. I think Diaz was a little hard done by not getting a goal, and of course Dolan was very, very crucial in us going forward. Let's take a look at the subs, just a couple of subs there. Mola, we saw a bit of him, not much to get excited about really, and George Hurst the same in the final couple of minutes. Dak, Buckley, Adam Wharton, Phillips have to make do with just being in and amongst the atmosphere. As to Watford, of course, back man between the sticks, probably the busiest man on the pitch. Cathart, of course, back there with Kabasali and Salalta, making up a back three themselves. Kabai, Chowdhury, Najaka, Seema, Pedro, Sarr, and Bayo up top. Bayo, of course, has been in the headlines recently for scoring a lot of goals. Not today. Pedro, of course, also valued at £12.6 million, 20 years old as well. They've got a lot of talent in that team. £58 million worth of talent. Yes, Asperia came in on, the 18-year-old wonder. Gosling as well, and Manuel Gaspar, plus Killian Davis, who's on loan from Villa. Let's take a look at the shot grid then, shall we? Rovers, of course, represented by the orange, where they peppered them. They absolutely peppered them a little bit. Of course, Watford with a couple of shots, a couple of long ranges, a couple of crazy ones as well. That absolutely no joy to it. Of course, Watford had 628 touches compared to Rovers 576. They had 444 passes compared to our 383. We were in the aerial duels tonight, 19-16, and of course, the woodwork was not hit. We had 7 shots off target, 6 on target compared to their 2 and 1 the other way. And of course, we had 3 in that 6-yard area, 7 in the penalty area, and 5 outside the box compared to their 6 in the penalty area. But of course, no goals for Watford indeed. Let's take a look at the match ratings then, shall we? Coming at you, Rovers, of course, on the left-hand side, Watford on the right. The man of the match for Watford, of course, or their player of the match, I would say was Pedro. No, it was Jeremy Nagaka with a 7.2 there, Backman with a 6.9. You can see the action zones on that bar at the bottom there. But Rovers, star man, according to Sofa Score here, Dominic Hyam with a 7.8, but Hedges with a 7.9. Dolan was a handful, 7.4. Travis and Morton look good in midfield. Ayala commanding at the back. Scotty Wharton, probably the worst of the 3, but guess what? It's another clean sheet, another 3 points for Scotty Wharton indeed. Meanwhile, taking a look at the heat maps, of course, Rovers represented by the top graphic there, and of course, Watford down the bottom. Of course, Rovers optimising the flanks here, really, not really using that central spot there. Of course, Watford pretty much everywhere, except for of course, the danger zone for Blackburn Rovers. So, well done defence, but of course, well done the Y boys going forward. So, let's take a look at what's going on social media then, shall we? Of course, coming at you with Rovers' latest, with in fact, Lewis Hartley, of course, bottom there. Brilliant performance by every single player. No one put a foot wrong tonight and played the game to a T. Special shout outs to Dolan, Carter, and Hedges, my standout players. What a win. Rovers' latest with a defence of Kaminsky, Carter, Hyam, Ayala, Wharton, and Pickering. You're never going to concede many. Top class performance. Tyrese Dolan getting on the action. Amazing shift from the boys tonight. Let's take this performance into weekend. Supporters top class once again. Gareth Hudson said Morton was a different player to the Bristol game. Impressed this evening. Poor last time out. Carl Wicks, love this team. Just when you think tonight we'd get schooled, we showcase how good we can be. Every player was class tonight. God, I love this club. Stuart Grimshaw said, anytime anyone wants to know what the master plan is, JDT needs to point to a video of this game. Hard press on a bad touch, forced a mistake, short, sharp passing. What a performance. Meanwhile, Robson Green, not that one, but this one, of course, said, Miles better tonight, look much better, more solid back with a back 5, and Travis and Morton running the show in the middle. Hyam surely going to be first man of getting knighted by King Charles. What a goal. Meanwhile, Satsuki said, thoroughly deserved a cracking performance across the board. Absolutely buzzing with that. Hedges was class. We carried a threat and looked solid enough at the back. A massive win. Let's keep it going. Callum Atkins said, fab result, just what we needed, a solid back line, which was the key formula to our run last season, but at least this season we have a proper coach to keep it up. Meanwhile, Mike Beattie said, generally one of the best performances we've had in years. Amazing, lads. Paul said, the best performance so far. Every player put in 100%. I was wary about Watford's front 3 at the start of the game, but they didn't get a sniff. Great goal from Hyam to Topper, great night, awesome from front to back. Umair said, Hayden Carter emptying his pockets in the changing room, keys, phone, Lucas Chow, or whatever his name is, and a bloody dirty handkerchief. Ha ha ha. Superb win by the increasingly confident young team. We are constantly on the up and up. Great place to be in the moment. Well done to all. Well done to all. Let's take a look at, of course, the games that also took place this Tuesday. The game of the day was at Ewood Park. But we're getting with a 2-1 win over relegation threatening already Huddersfield. Cardiff with a 3-2 demolition job of Chris Wilder's Middlesbrough. Are they the real deal, or are they going to be cannon fodder this season. Of course, late goal at Liberty, of course, was a 1-0 win for Sheffield United. Stoke with a big 3-0 win for, of course, Alex Neil's boys at Hull. And, of course, the freaks. And the other freak, as always, the six-fingered weirdos. Preston 1, Burnley 1. The freak, as always, cannot be settled, of course. And then, of course, a whole bunch of other games take place on Wednesday. But who really cares? Because we got the win. This is what the table looks like, and as you see, we are sitting pretty, of course. Played one game less than Norwich, but we're breathing down their necks. Of course, we're 1 point, or at least level on points with Reading, who are in action. We are 1 point, of course, ahead of Burnley. Of course, a point over Bristol City, but we are, most importantly, 2 points clear over Watford for the time being, and of course that is good. We needed that gap to widen. Look at Wigan up to 8th, well done to them. Of course, Tony Mowbray's Sunderland in 10th, game in hand as well. They could go up as high as 5th in the table, but Coventry, Huddersfield and Birmingham are relegated at the moment, but of course it is early bloody days. These are the scheduled games that are going to go ahead this weekend. It may or may not happen, but of course Swansea taking on Hull, that's on early kickoff on Saturday. Norwich West Brom, of course, bit of a tasty one, that one. QPR against Stoke, Preston against Sheffield United, Wigan against Reading, Watford are scheduled to take on Sunderland, Birmingham taking on Coventry, Burnley, Bristol City, Millwall, Blackpool, and then we have Huddersfield against Cardiff, Middlesbrough against Rotherham. And of course the game of the day is at, of course, Kenilworth Road. It is Luton, it is Rovers, of course, so we'll see about that. But that, my friends, is it. Big shout out to the VIPs there, of course, Blues Rovers Capital for sponsoring this video. They are superstar standouts. Absolutely fantastic what they do, supporting the channel behind the bloody scenes. A respect to them and respect to you guys for sticking by me and, of course, making smash your subscribe, smash the thumbs up, smash the bell. We just got over 28,000 guys this past weekend. So fan-dabby-dozy to you guys for making that happen. And, of course, we look forward to the rest of this week. Will it be Luton? Will it not be? Regardless, there'll be a lot of content coming at you on the channel anyway, regardless. Until then, guys and girls, smash your subscribe, smash the thumbs up, smash the little bell. But until then, we're out, skis.